From vehicles that carry thousands of passengers every hour, to boats that cross busy harbors, and trains that travel faster than many airplanes, public transportation comes in far more forms than most people realize. Every system was created to solve a different challenge, whether it's reducing traffic, crossing water, climbing steep hills, or connecting entire countries. Together, these vehicles keep cities moving and make daily life possible for billions of people.
Bus. If you've ever used public transportation, chances are you've ridden a bus. Unlike rail systems, buses don't need tracks, making them one of the most flexible and affordable ways to move people. Cities can easily add new routes as neighborhoods grow, which is one reason buses became so common during the 20th century. Today, millions of buses carry workers, students, and families every day. But on the busiest routes, even a standard bus sometimes isn't enough. Double-decker bus. Instead of making buses longer, engineers found a smarter solution by building them taller. A double-decker bus carries far more passengers while using almost the same amount of road space. This design became famous in London, but many cities now use it to handle heavy passenger demand. Sitting on the upper deck also gives riders a unique view of the city. Still, not every street has enough passengers to justify such a large vehicle. Minibus. Some neighborhoods simply don't need a full-sized bus. That's where the minibus becomes the better choice. Its smaller size allows it to travel through narrow streets, rural roads, and residential areas, while still connecting passengers to larger transportation networks. Many towns depend on minibuses, where operating large buses would be too expensive. But when people need to travel much farther than a city route, comfort becomes much more important. Coach bus. City buses are built for short trips, but coach buses are designed for journeys that may last several hours. Reclining seats, luggage compartments, air conditioning, and smooth highway travel make them ideal for connecting cities and even countries. As highway systems expanded during the 20th century, coaches became a practical alternative to rail and air travel. Yet, even the most comfortable coach still shares the road with traffic, something rail systems can avoid completely. Tram. Rather than driving through traffic, trams follow steel rails built directly into city streets. Their smooth ride and electric power have made them a reliable form of urban transportation for well over a century. Many European cities never stopped using trams because they can carry more passengers than buses while producing no exhaust emissions. However, since trams still interact with road traffic, engineers eventually looked for a faster solution. Light rail. A light rail system combines the convenience of a tram with the speed of a railway. Unlike traditional street trams, light rail trains often run on their own dedicated tracks, allowing them to avoid many traffic delays. They can cover longer distances while still stopping frequently enough to serve neighborhoods across the city. As urban populations continued to grow, many cities adopted light rail as a balance between buses and full metro systems. Metro. When passenger numbers become enormous, nothing moves people through a city more efficiently than a metro. Most metro trains run underground or on elevated tracks, completely separated from road traffic. That means they can maintain high speeds even during rush hour. Some of the busiest metro systems carry well over 5 million passengers every single day. But cities aren't the only places where people travel regularly. Commuter train. Many people live far outside the city where they work, and commuter trains were built specifically for them. These trains travel longer distances with fewer stops, connecting suburbs and nearby towns to major business districts. They help reduce highway congestion by carrying thousands of commuters every morning and evening. For millions of workers, the daily train ride has become part of everyday life. Still, some rail journeys are measured not in minutes, but in hundreds of kilometers. High-speed train. High-speed trains change the way many countries think about long-distance travel. Running on specially built railway lines, some models exceed 320 kilometers per hour while offering a smooth and quiet ride. Japan introduced the world's first modern high-speed rail service in 1964, and many other nations soon followed. On popular routes, these trains often compete directly with airplanes because city center stations save travelers valuable time. Yet, not every railway uses two rails. Monorail. Instead of running on a pair of tracks, a monorail travels along a single concrete beam. This unusual design allows it to fit into places where traditional railways would require much more space. Many airports, amusement parks, and modern cities use monorails because they are quiet, efficient, and visually distinctive. Even so, certain landscapes present challenges that no conventional railway can easily overcome. Cable car. Steep hills can be difficult for ordinary vehicles, but cable cars solve that problem in a completely different way. Rather than using their own engines, they are pulled by a continuously moving underground cable. This clever system became famous in cities like San Francisco, where climbing sharp slopes was once a major transportation challenge. Although relatively rare today, cable cars remain both practical and historically important. Some locations, however, are even steeper. Funicular. A funicular uses two passenger cars connected by a cable on a steep railway. As one car climbs, the other descends, helping balance the weight and reducing the amount of energy needed. These systems are commonly found in mountainous regions, hillside cities, and scenic viewpoints where ordinary trains cannot operate safely. Their simple engineering has allowed many funiculars to remain in service for more than a century. But not every public journey happens on land. Passenger ferry. Before many bridges existed, ferries were often the only way to cross rivers, lakes, and coastal waters. Even today, they remain essential in countless communities. Modern passenger ferries can transport hundreds or even thousands of people, and many also carry cars, bicycles, and buses. For island residents, ferries are often just as important as roads. In cities filled with waterways, however, boats can function much like buses. Water bus. A water bus follows regular routes across rivers, canals, and harbors, stopping at multiple terminals, just like a city bus stops at bus stations. In places such as Venice and other waterfront cities, water buses are part of everyday commuting rather than tourist attractions. They help reduce road congestion while making full use of existing waterways. Sometimes, though, the fastest route isn't across the water, it's high above it. Aerial cable car. Instead of traveling on roads or rails, aerial cable cars carry passengers through the sky. Suspended from strong overhead cables, the cabins glide over rivers, forests, valleys, and busy city streets without being affected by traffic below. Once associated mainly with mountain resorts, aerial cable cars are now becoming an increasingly popular form of urban transportation. Their ability to overcome difficult terrain makes them one of the most unique public transit systems in the world. Airport shuttle. Airports are often built far from city centers, creating one final transportation challenge. Airport shuttles solve that problem by connecting terminals with hotels, parking areas, railway stations, and downtown districts. Operating on regular schedules, they make transfers between different modes of transportation much easier for travelers. While they may not be the largest or fastest vehicles on this list, they play an important role in ensuring every journey begins and ends smoothly.